I was on Twitter the other day, something I begrudgingly do, but nonetheless came across this tweet by Candace Owens. Why would terrorists send innocent young children to a militarized border that they aren't allowed to cross? So that they can emotionally manipulate the world and extort rich white men like Shaun King. Oh, sick burn, yo. But this got me interested in Shaun King. I know, sounds weird, right? But whatever happened to this guy? So I go over to his Twitter, scroll past a few retweets, when I stumble across this tweet by The Intercept, retweeting one of Shaun King's articles. Asking what happened before a video of police brutality started recording is a question rooted in racism, writes Shaun King, and the answers are irrelevant. In regards to asking, but what happened before the camera started rolling, King states, the question itself is rooted in racism. When we witness African Americans being brutalized in the most horrific ways imaginable, when we see discrimination of the worst degree humiliating or degrading African Americans who just want to live their lives in peace, what happened before someone was forced to consider the need to begin filming an incident really does not matter. Interesting, I always assumed that asking for more information and more context was rooted in pursuit of the absolute truth. But indulge me, Mr. King. Here's why. The question is most often asked because the person asking wants to believe that the brutality or discrimination was necessary and justified. What I am telling you is that brutality and racial discrimination are never justified. I ask what happened before filming because I want the whole story. I want all the facts before I judge a police officer on doing something that may look bad on video, but could have been necessary given the entire situation. We'd also like to know why the police had to resort to using force to arrest someone. Were they resisting arrest? Were they intoxicated? Were they being belligerent or even violent? Now, I don't think discrimination should play a factor in any arrest. I'll give them that. But saying I'm racist for questioning a video that only gives me a small snippet of what actually happens is a logical fallacy. This is a classic straw man argument. If I ask for more information on a video where black people are shown being arrested, where the police are using force, well, that must mean that I think that force is automatically justified because those people are black, and I'm a racist. In reality, I want there to be a good reason why force was used when arresting someone, because if there's not, I'm going to be angry just as you would be. Shaun King brings up a few incidences caught on video to illustrate his point. The first is that of Chikeza Clemens, a black woman arrested in a Waffle House, where video shows police pulling her to the ground, saying, "I'll break your arm," and her top coming down in the commotion.
It's the only thing she asked him. I'm gonna go over there and get the card from them.
I heard the F-bomb and everything else.
No, because Goldie was sitting here talking crazy to me. No, but that's not what you're gonna do to me. You're not gonna grab on me like that, no.
Come on, Kiki, let's just go outside.
Please talk to you separately. Because he just come here and just grabbed on me like for no reason. I would say I was going.
Yes, he would have. All she did was ask him what's their name.
Anything.
Why are y'all pushing her? She not doing nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? No, y'all doing nothing.
Y'all are really doing stuff to me. What are you doing?
Man, I'll break your arm. That's what I'm about to do.
You have to break her arm?
Now, it's unfortunate that her breasts were exposed, and I don't think the officer should have said this, even though her arm could have very well likely been broken when she was resisting arrest. That's correct. This incident isn't exactly a black woman minding her own business and racist white cops deciding to discriminate. According to authorities, officials said Clemens and a friend were acting belligerent as they allegedly drunkenly yelled profanities and made threats to employees that they would return with a gun and shoot this place up. King's second example is Anthony Wall, a teen who was choked by a police officer at a Waffle House. Noticing a pattern here.
You don't slam me on the window.
He's not supposed to be doing that.
Off of me.
I'm glad I'm recording this. He's not supposed to be doing that. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. Get your supervisor out here and get your hands off me.
Again, with the Anthony Wall incident, I'd like to know what the shouting was at the beginning of the video. And perhaps the officer did use excessive force, but this doesn't mean it's a racially motivated incident or that asking for more information is racist. And this isn't just my opinion. The mayor of Warsaw, North Carolina, A.J. Connors, stated, "This was not a racially motivated issue. This was just a young man who had broken the law and a law enforcement officer arrested him." Mayor Connors is black. King also brings up the Starbucks incident since people in that case also questioned what happened before filming. However, I'm not sure why he uses this as an example since the two black men that were arrested that day were not subject to any force or police brutality. I think police brutality is horrible and it needs to stop, but equating asking what happened before filming in an attempt to gather information as racist is a sad strawman argument to get you to believe that all incidences where police use force against black people are automatically unjustified and discriminatory. Tying this all back to Candace Owens' tweet, she mentions how Shaun King is white. That's right, Talcum X. Even if your argument is correct, you too could not ask for more information. We should all be encouraged to dig a little deeper, regardless of what races are at play, because when we don't, that's when we accept what other people tell us about races. Something my girl Candace Owens ain't about.
Perhaps racism is being used as a theme to turn black people into single-issue voters. Every single day on the television, we saw Black Lives Matter protesters. By the way, has anybody seen Black Lives Matter on CNN since the election ended? I haven't. I can't find them because guess what? Once the election is over, they no longer need to use black people like mules to bring them votes, and that's exactly what's going on.
Thanks for watching and, as always, supporting this channel. If you like content like this, consider subscribing, and let me know down in the comments below if you think information and asking for a deeper understanding can in itself be racist. Until next time, see ya.